Hello, welcome back to another Wednesday Wellness newsletter. I am so glad that you are here. I know that your time is precious and that you are taking a moment to be here and to learn and to take back control of your health by doing the baby steps. I'm just so pleased for you, and I wish you the best on your journey, and I know that's why you're here. So, as a quick reminder for those of you who are just newer and getting to know me, my name is Laurel Kelsey. I am a functional nutritionist and a trauma-informed movement specialist. Really, my heart and my goal, my passion is to help women who just need to take back control of their health, no matter what the life circumstances are. Sometimes life is really hard, and some of it is out of our control, but we still want to feel well. So if you are ready to take a different approach to feeling well, taking back control of your health, and not just wanting to take a pill, for example, but want to actually make the lifestyle interventions that will help to shift the trajectory of your life and your health, you're in the right place, and I'm so glad that you are here. I want to talk today about a very special situation that I get to help with right now. One of my clients is recovering from multiple traumatic brain injuries, mostly from car accidents, but it has caused a lot of other problems besides what comes along with the concussion. And one of the hardest things that she is fighting through right now, and just trying to stay so patient and trying to progress forward, is these traumatic brain injuries have caused a lot of digestive confusion for her, and waking up a lot of times with not knowing if it's because she's anxious because she has a traumatic brain injury, or if her stomach is hurting and that's why she's anxious, or if her digestive system is upset and she's not digesting her food very well, or just so many confusing symptoms that are not really adding up to helping to be able to understand where everything is rooting out of, because she was so healthy before her brain injuries. And even though we may not all have brain injuries, we do definitely all live in potentially very stressful either environments, whether that is stress from actually the outside environment that our body isn't happy with, or family stress, or self-imposed busyness that is stress, toxin stress. There's a lot of things that can cause stress in our lives, but we all do have those stress triggers. And the thing that I am working on with this client that has just been so special is to drop away the helping her to drop away the title of a chronically sick person now. It's really hard when you have so many doctors that you're seeing all the time with just this deep hope in your heart that somebody is going to know how to just fix you, right? And so we're working on a mindset of how do we drop away that chronically ill mindset, because it is actually one of the blocks to healing. Because whatever you tell yourself, whatever the brain is seeing, it continues to look for evidence that that is the situation. So we have that we're working on, but also another thing we're working on is the brain has been injured, bruised, there's trauma there. And so we want to, and she's having so much digestive problems. So instead of just looking at food, which we have been looking at a lot, and helping to optimize what she's eating to help the brain have more supportive nutrients for the healing, we are also taking a very different approach than maybe you have seen with other practitioners. And that is really helping to reconnect the mind and the body together. So her first brain and her second brain, her head and her gut, they're not talking very well anymore, or at least that was kind of one of my assumptions. Is it seems like with all of this brain trauma and then digestive issues coming up so much after that, that there's some disconnect, not connecting. To remind you, the brain and the gut are really like first brain, second brain, and they should be bidirectionally talking all the time, from the brain to the gut and the gut to the brain, sending information all the time back and forth. But when we have some type of interruption in communication, like an injury, we have to take measures to reconnect, helping to turn the cranial nerves back on and reconnect the vagus nerve so it's talking better to the gut and back up to the brain. So I wanted to introduce today to you 2 exercises that I'm having her do that are helping her to work towards having better reconnection between the brain and the gut. And the beautiful thing that I like about these exercises is they're free. They don't cost you anything. You don't have to go spend any money for them, but they might make a world of difference for you. So the first thing that I want us to start with today is I want you to just turn your head side to side and just see how well you're moving side to side. And then once you have done that and you have a good pre-test of where you're at, then you can stay like I am right now, or I even prefer to lay down on the ground. I think that is more down regulating and relaxing for the body. But if for some reason you have an injury that's more comfortable to be seated, then just find a position that is comfortable for you to do these exercises, okay? So now that we have the pre-test, the first exercise is to put your thumb straight. Actually, I'm going to teach you 2 other ones. That's not the one I was thinking of. Sorry. So the first one is your hand on your head and your hand on your belly. And then you're just going to close your eyes and you're going to take a couple of breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then you're going to shift your conscious thought up to the brain. So you're thinking about feeling the brain inside your skull, feeling the brain underneath your hand, and just bringing that spirit awareness to where your brain is and trying to visualize it underneath your hand. And then you'll take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to send that conscious thought all the way down until you can find your small intestines underneath your hand, the hand on the belly, and then just consciously thinking about the small intestines, the large intestines, your stomach, your liver, just trying to find all of those organs consciously underneath your hand. And when you do find them, it's always nice to kind of just say hello, like hello liver, hello small intestine, hello large intestine, and thank you for all you're doing for me. And then once you feel like you've identified those organs or imagining them down there, then you can take a nice deep breath in and exhale and send your conscious brain back up to find the brain underneath your hands again. So this practice is just of you going up and down, consciously thinking brain, going to the gut, helping to retrain the neural pathways that send messages to the gut and back up. So if that communication is better, then it's highly unlikely that some of your digestive disturbances like bloating, gas, uncomfortableness, is very possible that you might find some immediate relief just by helping the brain and the gut to talk better to each other. So that is number one. The second exercise that I want you to, so before we go to the next one, let's just even see. So we were working on cranial nerve, the vagus nerve coming out of the, by speaking here and here to the mind and the body together, working on sending messages down the vagus nerve, which comes out behind your ears and down throughout the diaphragm, which is the muscle at the bottom of your rib cage that helps you to be able to breathe in and out, and then innervates or connects straight into your digestive system. Okay, so just with turning that on, let's just see how you can see I'm already moving quite a bit more in my neck range. So that is very interesting, isn't it? That we're just opening up the communication pathways back to the gut and the brain. Now I want you to do the next exercise number 2. You're going to interlace your fingers. If possible, interlace your thumbs, just so that helps to do a little bit more of the fascial tissue pull across there. And then you're going to come behind your head. And again, if possible, I think that this is really awesome to do laying down. You can bend your knees so your back is nice and relaxed and feet flat on the floor. And now we're going to work on activating the vagus nerve again, but by using cranial, the nerves that are really connected to your eyes, and shifting the eyes from left to right. So what it's going to look like is you're going to shift your eyes to one side, and then you're going to keep your head is going to be nice and steady, and then you're going to keep your eyes pushed off to the right. And I'm not sure how it's going to look in your camera, reversed or not, but I'm going to point my eyes to the right side. So this direction for me is right. And you're just going to hold your eyes while your head is nice and steady to the right until you have some type of physiological response, such as a body response, like a really big breath, or a sigh, or a yawn, or a big gulp. All of those are good indications that we have been able to turn on the dorsal, or the front side of the body. Let's see, did I say that right? So we're turning on the vagus nerve on this kind of front side of the body, okay? So now we're going to just take our eyes and point to the right, hold the head nice and steady. We're breathing just nice and normal. Usually it takes around 30 or 60 seconds for that physiological response to come on, especially if you have quite a bit of stress going on in your life, you're feeling anxious all the time, any type of mental health going on, or if life is feeling dysregulated. And that is, for me, what it looks like is that really big yawn. And what you want to do is just breathe or let into that big yawn and not try to block it, because that is the body relaxing into the nervous system, having a little bit of a break from being overwhelmed and being able to calm down and recommunicate. Okay, so then again, hopefully you're laying down if that feels good to you, but you can always do it here. Okay, now we're going to look to the left, doing exactly the same thing, holding the head steady and waiting for that physiological response to come on. So I'm going to look over to the left. Oh, that's very interesting. It's a little bit harder for me here. I can tell that my cranial nerves that talk to my eyes are, the muscles here are a little bit more stuck going this direction. Okay, so then you can kind of just shake it out. You can do this exercise anytime that you're feeling like life is feeling dysregulated, you want to reconnect, you want to make sure you're having good digestion, your brain is talking, you want to calm your body down. And now I just want to kind of post-test the 2 exercises to see where I'm at. And you can see even between exercise 1 and 2 that I have increased mobility in my neck again. Okay, quite a bit more. This side feels a little bit tighter still over here. But compared to where I started, this is a much improved range of motion. And that just is a wonderful evidence that doing very simple exercises like reconnecting the mind and the body and using cranial nerves exercises to help to reconnect different parts of the body, so they're never disconnected, but they might have a slower cell phone signal. They're not communicating as high of a frequency perhaps that they want to at. So this can help with that, and I have seen this help so many people in actually overcoming digestive issues, overcoming headaches and brain fog. And these are simple things that we didn't even do no nutritional intervention. We haven't done anything besides just 2 simple exercises that help to improve the messaging from the cranial nerves down the spine to the rest of the body. So I want to leave those 2 with you. There are so many more exercises like this, and when you work with me one-on-one and we go through your health history and we start to uncover all of the potential things that have been missing and looking at your symptoms, and I get to be able to have a bigger picture of where all of your symptoms are falling into the different systems of your body, then we can take this different approach where maybe it's nutrition. Maybe we need to work on optimizing your sleep. Often we need to optimize bowel movement patterns and the talking of the gut and the brain to each other. And often it's a blood sugar balance that we need to look at the patterns of how you're eating throughout the day. A lot of times it's stress, and not just necessarily mental stress, but stress coming from either the internal environment, the external environment, familyship relationships. There's many places where stress can come from. But we would just dive into all of those things together and see if we can come up with a game plan. And these 2 exercises might end up being part of your game plan, depending on what it is that we find that might need to have a little bit more love and attention to help the communication improve in your body. So give these a try, and definitely let me know if they are helpful for you. If you want more education like this, make sure that you're on my email list if you are not, if you're just coming across me on YouTube. And you can send me a message and let me know that you want to be on my email list so you get the Wednesday Wellness newsletter every week. You can also download my free ebook that I have. It's all about how to decrease your stress and improve your mental health. And when you download it, that will also give me a notification that you want to be on my email list. So that's another way that you can make sure to get everything moving forward. And if you think this is helpful to you, or you can think of somebody else that it would be helpful for, subscribe also to the YouTube channel. That will make sure that you get notifications when anything is posted. But also, it would mean the world to me to help me get this information out to more people